Hey everybody, Average Picker here. Oh, I am tired. Went to bed way too late last night, up way too early this morning. We're gonna try a challenge lock though. This one is by Monkey Lockpicks. He always makes a pretty good lock, at least the ones that I've run across. This is called the other side of the lock, I believe. So we'll see what we can get here. We got right around 3. We've got feels like a binder, a lot of little clicks off of them, so we're probably serrated. Really shouldn't make predictions though. Yeah, got a little bit more. Little tiny bit of movement from 2. Yeah, we got, God, do I try it again? Oh, yeah, we're falling into a deeper and deeper false. Still getting a little bit of feedback. So all the pins are kind of giving me a little tiny bit. We've got one in the back. It's feeling pretty bound, but let's see. Come on. Not sure if I'm on 5 or 6. Okay, that feels pretty good. Okay, yeah, that was 5 that I had to work kind of hard on. It felt pretty bound, and then we got in and were able to tap 6. We got a little bit more removement off the core. That's 1. Anything else back there in the back? That could be. I think we're right around 4, maybe. Not so sure. Okay, got some good counter rotation. So, well, oh, there we go. We're in. That last lift, I'm not real sure. It was a pretty sloppy lift I had on, it was 2, but I may have been clipping 1 as well. I almost felt like I was slightly in between the 2 pins. But we are in. Just not 100% sure which one that finished on. So let's adjust the camera a little bit here. Where did I put the key? So yeah, there we go. The other side of the lock. Oh wow, this guy's been floating around since January 11th of 2017. There's our bidding on it. So a lot of pretty high pins. One guy down there protecting them. I'll just go ahead and lock it up. We got the key. No, it's gonna work, right? Oh yeah, no problem. Oh gosh, how is that C-clip on there? It's really. Yeah, that clip is really dug in. I'll try turn it and get it off to the side. The C-clip was basically banging up in here. Didn't really look like there was enough room to get it out of there. There we go. Oh. Fell into the chair. Should we shim it? Looks like we probably should. Got a very tired old shim here we're going to use. It'll get in there. we got a couple of little ribs back here on the back. I don't want to get hung up on. We're having shim's having some issues getting in there. I'm gonna kind of just start to go through and hope for the best here. This could be a disaster though. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Excellent. All right, let's see what we got here. One, key pin. Just a little single serrated guy. You can already see there's some core work to it. Serrated guy on 2. Slightly deeper and slightly more shallow serrated on 3. 4 is got quite a few serrations on 4. Do not want to get that guy overset. You could be chasing that one for quite some time until you were sure you had really overlifted them. Yeah, looks like we got a spool element on 6. Core work, yeah, we've got threading on chambers 5 and 4. And we've got a little bit of widening, undercutting there on 2. 1 is a little tough to say. Yeah, it looks like he's pretty much the only standard chamber left in here, and we'll take a closer look at it, is 3 though. So all the other chambers but 3 have been modified. Let's get our shim out. Okay, one seems to be currently sticking on some threading. There he is, there he is. Little T-pin element. He was not sticking for the pick though. We definitely had clipped him a couple times. 2. Very nice. Again, a little kind of T-pin, almost milk bottle element to him. 3, I tell you, 2 or 3, I was really, 2's got a couple serrations, but it's only a couple. I was really expecting far more. It might have been just we were hanging up on the threading that's in the lock chambers itself, and it was making it feel like the pin was more serrated than it is. One of those kind of T-pin milk bottle elements to it. Rated on 5. I'm 99% sure 5 was kind of one of the tighter pins that was feeling bound up pretty well. And what I ended up doing was kind of working the pin a little bit sideways, tipping the tip of the pick up onto the tip of the key pin, and just kind of giving it a nudge that way. So as opposed to a lift like that, we were kind of doing that and relying on the curve of the pick to lift it. And yeah, we've got threading. Looks like we've got threading in every single chamber except maybe 6. Nope. 6 is threaded as well. So yeah, lots of threading in this lock, which probably was what was accounting for feeling like the pins were a little more serrated than they were. So let's flip the camera around and take a look at this. Pretty good. So here we go. Let's get the key into view here. Other side of the lock. And you can see up here we've got threading. Oh yeah, we definitely got undercuts in 1, 2, and 6. 3 is our only standard chamber that we've got left. I tell you, that's some nice threading, especially you think about how long this lock's been floating around. Threading is held up very nicely. And we can look down in here. I've left the springs in, but you should be able to see on the edges there, especially through that view, the chambers are threaded all the way down. Like I said, one did hang up when he was coming out, but definitely was feeling him working when we were doing the picking. So driver, or for key pins, so that's pretty much a 0 bit, it looks like. But yeah, nice little serration there. And that theme pretty much runs throughout multiples of these pins. So yeah, right around here, I would have really expected far more serrations, but it was probably all that threading that was hanging us up. And you can see this guy, we've got one major one, but a really nice fine one up there at the top as well. This is kind of what I would have expected to see off of, well, actually it would have been up here, I guess, more where I was expecting to see it. Look at that. You do not, man, if that guy gets overset, you're going to keep chasing those serrations. Especially if you notice there's a slight widening. I don't know if that was intentional. That's going to keep giving you feedback as it bumps up through there. So you're going to get that little bit of counter rotation as the pin kind of widens. If you get up on that first one, it's going to kind of make you think, oh, maybe it's got further and further and further to go. So you probably really could, especially given how high these other lifts have been, not really suspect anything until you get down to the end of that pin if you got it overset. Again, we just got 2 really nice clean serrations there on 5. And we got a spool element and a bit of a cat hair. That's my addition on 6. And then upstairs, we got a fair number of these guys. We've got that T-pin element on the end, very deeply cut. Very deeply cut. And we've got that theme, kind of runs along. We've got them in 1. 1 is a little more, what I'd say is kind of that T-pin. So that was probably our last little nudge. Like I said, my pick was sitting very poorly right around in here, and I was probably catching, or right around in here, I was probably very just kind of catching that one a little bit. And then we come up to 2, and so we've got that T-pin element again, a little more bulbous, a little more bodily, I guess. Bodily, more like a bottle. There's the serrations. Yeah, the way it was feeling, just way more serrations going on than what it turns out it has, which is pretty neat. And again, we've got that kind of slightly bulbous T-pin element there going on. It's a very nice little pin. I don't know if I've ever quite made one like that. I've done some like this, but I don't know if I've ever really done that many kind of closer to those. I'll have to experiment with that. And there's our 5 driver. I think we got time. Let's see how it looks sitting at rest. And here we are at rest minus pin 4, but pin 4 didn't really want to cooperate and sit in there too well. But you can see, yeah, just like we saw in the picking, most of the work was done up towards the front of the lock. We just had to kind of get back into the back here, kind of gave these a little good once, and then come back up to the front and rework our way through those serrations and everything. And with these sitting so low, you can see too, because remember these had the kind of T-pin and the slightly more bulbous end, and with that undercutting on the pins, that's going to catch in there and interact with that. So very nicely done. Seems like some decent thought was put into that. So I don't know if I've only picked a few Monkey Lockpick locks. They've all been pretty good. Really builds a nice challenging lock. And what was crazy too is it kept little dull bits of feedback throughout the entire thing, which made it a little bit difficult to kind of decide which pin exactly to go for, because there was just, you were getting a little nudges off of every one. So it was just a lot of looking for the one that seemed the most prominent, or the strongest. Until there at the very end, we just had to finish nudging up what I'm pretty sure was 1. So yeah, there we go, everybody. Yeah, it's a stock lock Sunday, picking a challenge lock, but you know, happens. So yeah, thanks Monkey Lockpicks for sending the lock, and I apologize, I forget who sent this one to me, but thank you. You know who you are. So yeah, I do really appreciate it. That was quite a fun little pick, and you guys all have a good one.